responsible for sports. Today I stand here really with a very heavy heart because Kiptum for me was like a son. And I interacted with this young man up close, and he was an incredible, incredible young Kenyan. A bright star dimmed far too soon, and an athlete who was already taking a prominent role in all the good things that this ministry and government is doing. Kiptum had already become a champion in our anti-doping agenda, our absolute zero tolerance to doping, our message of running and winning clean. And indeed, when his record was ratified only a couple of weeks ago by World Athletics, we applauded because he then symbolized that indeed you can run, you can win, and you can shatter world records without doping. And so we have really lost an incredible star in many respects. Kiptum has also unified our country in life as well as in death. When he ran that incredible 2 hours, 35 seconds, the whole of Kenya celebrated. And when he passed on that fateful night of February 11, we all were shattered. Your Excellency, I traveled here just hours after that terrible accident, visited the family, and I could see how devastating that accident was on the whole village of Chepsamo, this whole area of Chepkorio, and indeed the whole Elgeyo-Marakwet County. I went to the mortuary, to the morgue at Eldoret Hospital, to view the body of Kelvin lying side by side with his coach, Kavie Hakizimana. And I could see what a great loss it was to the family and to everybody. And I want to assure all of us here today that we honored Kelvin in life. We honored Kiptum in life. 2 days after he broke the world record, the ministry hosted a special ceremony where we honored him in the manner that we have set as government, including the rewards that we have set for setting a world record. And I'm glad that even in his passing, again, government has stepped forward to honor this national hero so that we recognize that he was a hero both in life and in passing. And I'm glad to also disclose that we have extended this honor to his coach, Kavie Hakizimana. Nataka kushukuru Mheshimiwa Rais ya kwamba uliniruhusu siku 2 zilizopita, uliniruhusu kusafiri hadi kule Rwanda, Kigali, kujiunga na familia ya aliyekuwa kocha wa Kiptum, Kavie Hakizimana, and I joined the family and friends of Coach Hakizimana as we laid him to rest in Kigali. And I want to assure you that the people of Rwanda really appreciated the gesture from the people and the government of Kenya of standing with that family. And incidentally, mkewe Kocha Hakizimana ni mtoto wa hapa Chepkorio, Joan Chelima anatoka hapa Chepkorio, ambaye sasa ni mjane, na tumetoa msaada maalum kama serikali kusaidia familia hiyo. Let me also add that there is a very deliberate effort that government is doing to support our sportsmen and women in terms of facilities, and I've had a lot of talk here about facilities and infrastructure. Your Excellency, again, with your guidance, we are already working on a lot of these facilities. We have advertised the construction of Camarine Stadium to international standards, and we are at the tail end to start that project. Alongside Camarine, we will also be upgrading E10 grounds. And in honor of our fallen hero, I see no reason why we cannot add these Chepkorio grounds to that project, which is already progressing. And in this whole region, which is really our talent belt, all the way from South Rift, from Bomet, through Kericho, to Uasin Gishu, to Nandi, Elgeyo-Marakwet, West Pokot, this whole region, we are being very deliberate, Your Excellency, in investing in upgrading of facilities. We already have a project to upgrade Kipchoge Keino Stadium, which in fact is one of our target host cities for the Africa Cup of Nations in 2027. We have already advertised the construction of Kipchoge Keino Stadium in Nandi County. Our eyes are on Kapkatet grounds in Kericho County. Our eyes are on Bomet Stadium in Bomet County. And so this whole athletics talent belt is very much fully catered for in our infrastructure development program. That I want to assure you here. We have also included this region in the special program of setting up training centers. Your Excellency, we have set up 42 athletics training centers countrywide. And this Elgeyo Marakwet County has 3 of those 42. Kaimoi Secondary School, Kapkenda Girls, and Chewot Boys. All those are centers among those 42. And we have now added St. Patrick Iten as a special elite training center. And so even in terms of centers and academies, we are very much on top of that agenda. Finally, Your Excellency, let me also clarify and assure our athletes that we genuinely love and care for you as our athletes. Tunawajali sana. Tunawajali kwa sababu you are the goose that lays the golden egg. I love to say that Kenya's #1 export to the world is not tea, it's not coffee, it's not tourism. Kenya's top export to the world are these great sportsmen and women. You are the people who brand this country in terms that we cannot even quantify. And that is why we have taken some very, very strong measures. #1, we have improved the reward scheme. Now we are rewarding you at a much, much higher level. #2, we have worked with Athletics Kenya to introduce an endowment fund, and the ministry has donated 20 million Kenya shillings, Your Excellency, to activate an endowment fund to support our athletes in retirement. And we have invited the private sector to work with us to support that endowment fund. #3, we have initiated together with Athletics Kenya a pension scheme where our athletes can save voluntarily while active and can draw from that while in retirement. We have also partnered with Athletics Kenya and Housing Finance to start a special package, a special product for you to fully benefit from the affordable housing program. And finally, we have introduced a program working together with our banks, Kenya Commercial Bank, National Bank of Kenya, and Cooperative Bank on financial literacy to help our athletes to manage their finances better, to invest their resources better, so that while the sun shines, you can keep some hay for when it rains. And so I believe that we are doing well. I want to invite all of us to support all these programs. I want to invite partners like Golazo, like Nike. We appreciate the work you are doing to help us develop athletics. We want to invite you to work with government to support all these programs so that we can fully support our athletes. Na wahakikishia wanariadha wetu na wanaspoti wetu kwa jumla ya kwamba serikali ya William Samoei Ruto ina nia, ina azma, ina uwezo wa kuinua hali yenu, and we shall not spare any effort in making sure that we continue in improving your circumstances. Poleni sana kwa kumpoteza mwenzenu, watu wa Chepsamo, Chepkorio, Elgeyo Marakwet, poleni sana, mutio mising. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, let me conclude by saying that all the resources due to Kelvin, and the ministry is being very deliberate in documenting anything that was due to Kiptum, due from government, due from agents, due from endorsements, due from management. we shall pursue every single coin and make sure it is put together to the benefit of this family. Your Excellency, I give that assurance. Na nikushukuru Mheshimiwa Rais, in a record 7 days, we have been able to put up a home, 2 houses, both 3-bedroom, 1 3-bedroom house for Asanath and her children, Caleb and Precious, and another 3-bedroom house for Mzee Cheruyot and Mama Mary Kangongo. And that is support from government, and we will continue to stand with this family. It is now my honor and privilege, ninaposema kwaheri, to a boy who has been like a son to me, a boy who really I had a lot of faith in. I was looking forward to Kiptum shattering the 2-hour ceiling in the marathon, and for him to take a bow in the Olympics this summer in Paris. As I say, kwaheri, nasema pole sana na tutasimama na family. Let me now take this opportunity to invite His Excellency, our Prime Cabinet Secretary, to deliver his message of condolence. Asante sana, Kongoi missing.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, the widow of Kelvin Kiptum, Asanath, and your 2 children, Caleb and Precious, the parents, the sporting fraternity, World Athletics, and the Kenyan athletics leadership, friends, brothers and sisters, and the clergy. Mine shall be very brief. First is to take this opportunity at a personal level to convey our deepest condolences to the family of Kelvin Kiptum, a flame that has been blown out by an unfortunate accident only a few days ago. Your Excellency, it's a difficult moment, particularly for the family and for the people of this area and Kenyans and the athletics community. We can only wish and pray that the record that Kiptum was planning to break shall one day be broken by Precious and Caleb. The other thing I would just want to highlight, Your Excellency, is that we wish to recognize and appreciate your government because you have provided a strong, peaceful and stable and secure environment for these young people to be able to showcase their talent and be able to globally scale this particular terrain without any worries whatsoever. It is important that we continue to rally behind you as a nation so that peace and security and stability will anchor the opportunities that abound amongst our people. Finally, Your Excellency, I have come to this place where they say it's high altitude. And high altitude comes with a strong wind and a chill. So I have learned that in order to beat the wind, the secret amongst the high altitude people is that you have to keep running so that you can be warm. And in the process, you can deal with this very strong wind. And so that we don't take any more time, because nilipoangalia, I realized that the time the politicians have taken to speak. If Kelvin was running, he would have actually broken the record of the 2 hours. So in short, we politicians have taken more than 2 hours to talk, and that is what Kelvin wanted to shatter. So with those few words, let me now call my brother, Rigathi Gachagua, so that he can come forward, make a few remarks, and invite His Excellency the President. And may Kiptum's soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Another time, nisalimieni kwa haya. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Your Excellency, I will be very short kwa sababu hii baridi vile naendelea. Hata wewe rais ukija nimekuomba ufupishe pia, kwa sababu huyu Kipchumba Murkomen hakutuambia tuvae vizuri pahali tunakuja. Mimi rais, tumekuja na rais hapa to join the family to mourn this great son of this land and a hero of our great country. A young man who has done proud to our republic by shattering the world record and was looking forward to even do much better in the Olympics at Paris. We have come to condole with the young family and the parents and to tell them that we hold them in prayer, that God give them strength to bear the great loss. Your Excellency, your presence here today is a clear demonstration of where your administration holds our athletes. Last Jamhuri Day, Your Excellency, you honored many athletes, including the late, with honors because of your personal commitment to the development of sports in this country. Na kwa hivyo tunaomba wale wanariadha wote ambao wataenda Olympics to honor this great son here by carrying our flag high and shattering many other world records. That way tutakuwa tumeinua jina lake. We trust our team will do very well in Paris, na tunatakia nyinyi mema. Kama rais atakubali anipe ruhusa, nitakuja siku 2-3 niungane na nyinyi. Sijui kama atakubali, kwa sababu rais siku hizi kichwa yake iko tu kwa mambo ya uchumi. Anatusukuma hata sisi wengine masomo yetu iko chini, anatuambia tukue economist. Najua huyu rais ni rafiki yangu, lakini kuna bahali alinichenga kidogo. Aliponiambia nikuwe naibu wake, nilikuwa nafikiri nakuja kumsaidia kazi. Hakuniambia ya kwamba zote anataka tukue ma economist. Mambo yetu tu mambo ya uchumi kutoka asubuhi mpaka usiku. Kwa hivyo rais, utanikubalia mimi niende Paris siku 2-3 niwachane na mambo ya uchumi, nika support hawa. Sisi tunataka kusema tumekuja hapa kuungana na nyinyi, na we want to say pole to the parents, to the widow, to the children. We are with you in prayer during this very difficult time. Governor, umeongea mzuri ya kwamba ukitaka kuwa mshindi, this is a county to be, na hiyo ni mzuri. Umesema pia ukitaka good training, this is a county to be. Ukiongeza tu, ukitaka bahali iko baridi kali, this is a place to be. Kwa hayo machache, ningemuomba rais wetu kwa heshima akuje aongee na peane rabirabi. Mheshimiwa Rais.
Asanteni sana, tafadhali tuketi. mama mjane, mama Asanath, na watoto wa ndugu yetu Kiptum, Caleb na Precious, mzee baba yake Samson na mama Mary, familia, wananchi wa hapa Chepkorio pamoja na Elgeyo Marakwet County, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Chamgei. Mimi pia naungana na viongozi wote kuleta rambirambi zetu kwa jamii hii ya ndugu yetu kijana mwanaspoti Kelvin Kiptum katika ghafla hii ya mazishi ya huyu kijana. Poleni sana. Pole mama, pole wazazi wake, marafiki wake, the sporting fraternity who are here, na wananchi wa sehemu hii. Huyu Kelvin, ingawaje alizaliwa katika sehemu hii, alikuwa amevuka mipaka ya kijiji yake, kaunti yake, akawa ni Mkenya ambaye alitambulika, na vile mumeona hata katika kifo yake dunia mzima imeungana kwa sababu ya kijana huyu Kevin. And therefore we've come here as friends, as family, as leaders, to condole with the family on the demise of this great Kenyan and a world beater. I got to know about the passing on of Kelvin from CS Ababu. I think it was maybe a few hours after it happened. And it was really a very heavy moment for us, because in Kelvin we saw the future of athletics in Kenya. And Kelvin has stood out not just as a great athlete, but more importantly as a good person. Alikuwa ni mtu mwenye roho safi, na tumekuja hapa kumpatia rambirambi zetu za pole na za kwaheri. Na hata katika kifo yake, Kelvin is talking to us in many ways. Anatuzungumzia kama Wakenya hata katika kifo yake, kwa sababu huyu Kevin alikuwa ni mtu, vile imesemwa hapa na wale walikuwa wanafanya kazi na yeye, he was ambitious, disciplined and focused. Kwa sababu alikuwa ametoka mahali palipo chini sana, lakini kwa sababu ya bidii na kujitolea alifika mahali amevunja rekodi ya dunia. Huyu kijana ambaye alitoka familia ambaye haijulikani, sehemu ndogo ya Chepkorio, lakini leo rekodi ya dunia iko na jina yake. Na ni kwa sababu alijitolea, hakutaka kuwa na sababu. He had more reasons not to succeed than he had to succeed. But he worked against the odds. He could have said, I come from a village that is not very well known, or I come from a family that cannot cater for me, or that I don't have even running shoes. You heard him that he ran barefoot in his earlier days. But he didn't see those as impediments to his ambition and to his success. I say Kelvin, even in his death, is speaking to us as Kenya. That we may not have gold, we may not have so much, and that should not deter us from being the great country that we must be. All of us, as the people of Kenya, we must love this country enough to be able, each and every one of us, to do their best to make Kenya great. Kelvin had just joined the many heroes that we have, the great ambassadors of our country, our sportsmen and women that keep Kenya on the world map. And I know that we had faith, we had hope that he would keep Kenya in that map, even in the coming Olympics in Paris. But since we have you, our athletes, and you have heard from all of us, Paris is going to be the Olympics that is going to define this man, Kelvin. We want you to make Paris an Olympics of Kelvin Kiptum. Mutusaidie na tunajua mko na uwezo. Nataka niwaambie wanariadha wetu na sportsmen wote wa taifa letu la Kenya, sportsmen and women wa Kenya, kwamba sisi tuko na mpango kamili. Wakati tumechaguliwa 2022, mnajua tayari Kenya ilikuwa katika orodha ya nchi ambazo zingepigwa marufuku. We were candidates for being banned for matters doping. And it took us as an administration. I remember sending Ababu na Mwamba, and we had to engage our friend Sebastian Coe. When I sat with him in my office, I asked him a simple question: what do I do so that Kenya is not banned? And he asked me that for Kenya not to be banned, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to put a fund of 500, almost 750 million Kenya shillings every year to deal with the problem of doping. I am very happy that we complied, and Kenya today is off the list of countries to be banned for doping. Sebastian Coe was here himself. He has had to leave. And I want to thank him because he is a friend of Kenya. Why not for him? He bent over backwards to accommodate our country. Mimi nataka niwaulize wanariadha wetu. Mumejaliwa na Mungu. Bidii yenu imewafikisha mbali. Musikubali mambo haya ya madawa ya haribu talanta zenu na ya haribu sifa yenu kama wanariadha wa taifa letu la Kenya. Tutashirikiana pamoja na nyinyi. And I have made a commitment that every year we are going to have $5 million as we committed to World Athletics to make sure that we deal with the problem of doping in Kenya. Our plan is to spend close to $3.5 billion over the next 5 years in dealing with that problem, because we cannot fathom a situation where Kenya is in the wrong list. Number 2, vile waziri amesema, tulianzisha fund ya sports fund pale 2015 nafikiri. Na tulianzisha hiyo fund makusudi kwa sababu hatukukuwa na fund kamili ya kushughulika na wachezaji wetu. We didn't have a dedicated proper fund for managing sports in Kenya. That's why we came up with a sports fund. Unfortunately, along the way, 60% of that fund was taken to do other things. I want to tell the sporting fraternity that we have now reinstated sports fund to deal with only matters sports. Now that fund is going to be dedicated 100% to making sure that we deal with only matters sports. And I want to confirm to you that the stadium you have asked for, all the other facilities, the training centers you have asked for, will now become a possibility because we have secured funding for it. And we have eliminated all the other issues from being funded by sports fund. We have other interventions. Tuko na maneno ya endowment fund ambayo tumeanzisha kushughulika na wachezaji wetu wote. Pia tuko na pension fund ambayo tunawauliza kila mwanariadha aweze kujisajili, na hiyo tutasaidia kama serikali kuhakikisha ya kwamba wanariadha wetu wakishafika retirement, na tunajua retirement ya wanariadha inakuja mapema, pia watakuwa na pesa ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanariadha wetu hawaishi maisha ambayo sio mazuri baada ya wakati wao wa kuinua na kuweka heshima katika taifa letu. So yale mambo yote mmesema hapa, tayari waziri ako na maelekezo yangu kuhakikisha kwamba haya mambo yote yanashughulikiwa. Najua mmeuliza hapa Chepkorio tuweze kutengeneza hii kiwanja. Hii kiwanja tutatengeneza. Kiwanja ya Kamarin tutatengeneza. Kiwanja ya Iten tutatengeneza. Ile ya Eldoret tutatengeneza. Hizo zote. Kwa sababu sasa ile pesa ilikuwa inatumika kwa mambo mengine tumeyaondoa katika budget yetu ya mwaka huu. We will only have matters sports. And I am going to tell members of parliament we are bringing the sports fund law to Parliament so that we can amend to eliminate all the other things that were inadvertently put, that is compromising the fund in matters funding sports. So tutashirikiana namna hiyo. Nakimbia, wachana na yeye. Sawa, tebunyo. Wacha tu aketi hapa. Pelekeni yeye aketi hapa. Tebunyo. Keti hapo. So, tutashirikiana sisi wote kuhakikisha kwamba fund yetu hiyo, tukiungana na bunge, na nimeshukuru hapa wameongea na wamesema ya kwamba tutashirikiana pamoja. Vile vile tumekubaliana sisi wote kwamba ili tuwashughulikie hawa wanariadha, wakiwemo wachezaji wale wengine wote, wanaspoti wote katika taifa letu la Kenya. Pia tumekubaliana ya kwamba tutazidi na kutengeneza mbinu mpya ya kuhakikisha kwamba hiyo kazi itatimia, ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanariadha wetu wakipata pesa zao, wanapata mafunzo, wanapata taratibu, na vile vile even our reward system, we are going to adjust our reward system so that it is not about just money for today, that it also becomes money for the future. And I'm asking Ababu and your team to sit down and recalibrate our reward system so that there is money that is available, there is money that is given as a reward, but there is also money that is put in a pension system to support the athletes after they retire. Kwa huyu kijana Kelvin, tayari serikali ya Kenya vile tulishakubaliana na vile tumeweka taratibu mpya, huyu kijana tushampatia milioni 5 tayari, na serikali itampatia nyumba mzuri. Mbali na ile nyumba tumejenga hapa, tutampatia nyumba mzuri huyu kijana. Sasa tutampatia mjane wake, na tutapangana na hawa wanariadha pamoja na wachezaji wale wengine wote, so that we can support our sportsmen and women. So otherwise mimi naungana na wale wanasema tufupishe, kwa sababu hii mahali ni baridi. Tuseme ukweli. Hata huyu Rigiji ameniambia siku ile nakuja tena hapa nimwambie ndiye asikuje. Anasema hii dunia iko ngumu sana. Lakini kwa watu wa sehemu hii hapa Chepkorio pia tuko na mpango katika ile mpango yetu ya mambo ya transformation ya Kenya. Hapa Chepkorio tuko na soko ambayo tutajenga ya shilingi milioni 50. Tutajenga soko hapa Chepkorio. Pia ni candidate ya affordable housing. Katika ile affordable housing ya Elgeyo Marakwet, Chepkorio hapa ni moja ya sehemu ambayo tutajenga, tutakuwa na mpango ya affordable housing. Na kazi zile zingine zote nimesikia, ya stima, ya barabara, ya zile zingine zote tutashirikiana pamoja na nyinyi. To all the other people that are working with us in this space, that are sponsors, the people that are managers, We want to work together towards developing this resource, a great resource for Kenya and a great resource globally. So mimi nataka niwashukuru sana watu wa Elgeyo Marakwet. Nyinyi ni watu wa bidii, mumechunga mazingira kwa njia ya kipekee. Mimi nataka niseme pongezi. Kazi zile zingine zote ambazo tumekubaliana pamoja na nyinyi, niliwaambia juzi wakati nilikuwa hapa Elgeyo Marakwet ya kwamba mambo ya Flospa tunashughulikia. Sasa tumemaliza na tumeaward contract, na mwenye kuja kuendesha hiyo maneno sasa atakuja hapa kiwanjani. Wewe governor ujipange na watu wako ndio tuweze kuendesha hiyo kazi. Kazi yenu ya County Aggregation Industrial Park vile vile tumekamilisha, na sasa ujenzi itaanza. Kwa hivyo mambo yale mengine mengi hapa katikati nikirudi tena tutakuja tushughulike pamoja na nyinyi. So otherwise asanteni sana. To the great family of Athletics Kenya and athletes who are here, the athletics community, you have our support, you have my commitment that we are going to deal with all the issues to make sure that you continue to be the great ambassadors of our country. Kwa Mama Asenath, nitaketi chini na gavana wenu, alafu tukubaliane ile kazi itatoshana na huyu mama, ndio aweze kusimamia watoto wa kijana wetu mwanariadha Kelvin Kiptum. So otherwise asanteni sana kwa kutukaribisha hapa Chepkorio. Poleni tena kwa kumpoteza huyu kijana wetu Kelvin. Poleni sana. And we all need to be mindful of our lifestyles so that we can avoid instances like this, that in a very young age, a very promising, good Kenyan has lost his life. Tutashirikiana pamoja na pia wazazi and the coaches and all the other people that are involved, the managers, they should do more to make sure that we mentor these young people and young athletes into great sportsmen and women. Watu kama kina Paul Tergat, you should do more. The other older sportsmen and women, they should do more in mentoring the younger ones and guiding the younger ones so that we can assist them to be successful athletes and successful Kenyans. We will do our part as the government of Kenya, and I implore on everybody else to do their part. So Mutiami Singh, big up Gokwa Nepchep Korea. Mutio ngalega Kelvin ngalek chuna lag kutanyige moe ko kakabwa ang betu take. Poleni sana. May Kelvin's soul rest in eternal peace. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Na sasa tukienda kumalizia ibada, nitamuita Philip Kiplagat aje apatiane vote of thanks on behalf of the family. Alafu tumalizie kwa benediction. Bishop Korir will give us the benediction as we exit. I'll guide you on the exit protocols after that.
Your Excellency President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, I wish to give a vote of thanks on behalf of the family of the late Kelvin Kiptum. Kwanza naanza na familia yetu. I want to thank the family of Kipchoge at large. Nasema asante sana makanisa yote ambayo walikuja kutufariji ikiongozwa na Kipchoge Paris, funeral committee ambayo ilikuwa chair na Michael Kiplagat, local leaders right from the village elders na ma chiefs. Asante sana, tulishukuru sana. Elected leaders, MCAs, Kaptaraku Award, Kipchoge Award.